welcome to the Paper Snob. This is Tara. Today I am working on 30 Days of Sketches with Christy's Beautiful Life, Series 13. Today's sketch was created by Lorraine Wilmot. I will have any social media that I can find for her listed below. And so let's talk a little bit about this sketch. I see a layer of pattern paper here, and then it's matted with another layer, and that is matted with another layer that has a large border around it. I would say this is about 10 inches or so square. And then of course it's got a photo and a title, and it's got some layers under the photo. You could take these circles to be something that you just cut out with your Cameo or whatever cutting mechanism that you might have, Sizzix, Big Shot, whatever, and make a series of circles that way. Or you can do what I have planned, and I'm just going to use this as, okay, this is pattern paper, and I'm just going to put a pattern behind it. So I pulled out some of my Paige Evans Wonder collection. I have a few of their die cut pieces, and then I pulled in, this is from the Scenic Route, some other pieces as well. I have a photo of our old kitty being weird, because that's what he does. He decided to sleep underneath the scratching thing that ended up on my daughter's bed. Not even sure how that happened. But anyway, here are my pattern papers, my photo, and some embellishments. I am going to have to bring in some alphas for a title, but let's go ahead and pause and get... So right off the bat, I'm just going to start trimming stuff down. First, I'm going to take the branding strip from the green pattern paper. I love that it's ombre, and maybe sometime I'll play with the second sheet in that paper pad and do something with the ombre effect, but that is going to be my background. So I'm going to cut this half circle pattern paper. I don't know what else to call this, but I'm going to cut it down to 10 inches square, and then I'm going to mat it with the dark blue pattern paper. This is a lot of pattern paper, and I know that with a busy pattern paper such as this one with the circles on it, that you need a layer to contrast, otherwise your eyes will get lost in the amount of patterns. So I am going to mat this 10-inch square with this blue paper and get it trimmed down, and then I will cut down some of those cut aparts from the paper pad as well. I am going to be using the cut aparts from this sheet, a couple of them, to actually mat my photo. What I'm going to do is I'm going to cut some strips down, and I'm going to take from the third strip here that's left on my cutting, on my trimmer, I'm going to cut those down, and I'm going to use those to layer my photo. So the one with the heart on it, I'm going to cut it down to where it's about 1/8 of an inch smaller than that 4-block one that I just laid it on top of. And I'm going to use that 4-block one to mat that one because it has a lot more of the colors in it, and so I want to make sure that I include the colors that are in the other pattern paper as well, but I also don't want to make your eyes go crazy looking at all the patterns, so I'm just gonna put this more solid one on top, and it is going to end up having that phrase that says "love this so much." That is going to be below my photo. I'm going to mat the photo with white cardstock. I had to trim off a little bit of an edge first because when I trimmed it from the photo that I printed next to it, I didn't trim it very well, so I just had to trim off a little sliver of space from the other photo. And now I'm just going to start layering up my photo mats and the photo, and then I'm going to go ahead and plop it down here on this background. So the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and get my background completely adhered together so that I can build this layout. I'm just going to put some adhesive in the corners give or take, and get it eyeballed in the center of the green pattern paper. And I'm going to put my photo mat kind of wonky a little bit, and then put my photo on top of that. So once I get my photo and the photo mat adhered to my background, I'm going to go ahead and start building this layout. Now, I'm not going to end up needing to use the Go the Scenic Route ephemera that I pulled out. Once I got this little baggie full of the Wonders ephemera out, I found a title on that hexagon. And the ephemera that I had left over from this collection is all the large pieces that, frankly, I was finding very hard to use up. But for this layout, it works because there's a lot of empty space around my photo, because that photo, all of the stuff that I want you to focus on is on the top 1/3 of that photo. And so I just wanted to be able to surround the photo and kind of make you focus directly on the cat in the picture. And so all of these big pieces of ephemera are going to help draw your eye across the page, but they're also going to frame that photo in a manner that you see cat and not the great big busy blanket that he's laying on. So I kind of like what I've got going on here, and I'm going to go ahead and pause the video again, and I'm going to glue everything down, and I'll come right. All right, I have this layout completely finished. I added my journaling and the date. I popped up the butterflies on foam adhesive. I added a dragonfly. I popped the title block up on foam as well, and I tucked foam under some of the flowers just to give them a little bit more dimension. And at the end, I sprinkled some Uncharted Mariner and my favorite white spray, which is Delusion's White Linen. And that gives a lot of emphasis to my embellishment clusters, provides a little bit of added texture in places. And this ended up being a very simple layout, very easy to do, and I'm very happy with it. I want to thank you so much for coming to my channel today. I really appreciate those of you who take the time to like, comment, and or subscribe. My channel will always be free to subscribe to, so hit that subscription button below and that bell if you want YouTube to notify you when I put up new content. For the month of October, I am shooting for at least one video per day to go live on my account. But typically, I have somewhere between 2 and 4 videos a week on my account, and I tend to do videos on the shorter side unless I am teaching a mixed media concept. So I hope that gives you any information that you need to know. If you have any questions about this layout, please drop them below. Make sure that you check that playlist that's listed below as well, so that you can watch all of the other beautiful creators create their layouts today. Everybody's going to have a different take on this sketch. Somebody may go completely rogue. Somebody may follow it to the T. You'll never know until you watch, and you'll be amazed, I promise. Have a great rest of your Tuesday. Bye.